Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Friday, November 2nd, and it is All Souls Day today. Another one of the holidays that are observed over here, and pretty much I think most of the stores are closed today, except for maybe the mall. So we won't be doing any building supply runs today. We don't even have workers here today. They were off yesterday, and they were off today, and I just found a few things to do around the house. Maybe we'll talk about that after the opening of today's episode. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the day off or if I'm going to work on a few little projects around here. Most likely work on a few projects around here because I am terrible with being idle. Idleness is not one of my best characteristics. Well, anyway, let me go ahead and get today started, and then we'll see what happens for the rest of the day. So, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. One of the things I want to talk about this morning is some of the things I did yesterday. I really didn't do a lot yesterday. Here, let me get, the sun is really strong this morning. One of the things I did work on, I don't know if you remember back here by the exhaust from the generator room, there used to be a big pipe. There used to be a 4-inch pipe that stuck pretty far out of the ground right here. And that was that clean out that Manny installed. It was the one that I didn't even ask for. I don't know why we don't really need a clean out. This is the pipe that went to the cistern, and it's just plain water that comes down from the gutter system on the roof, and some of it goes to the storm sewer and some of it feeds into the cistern. Well, for some reason he left this, it was about 10 inches sticking up out of the ground right here, and it never got completed to cut down and put underneath. So that's what I did. I dug up the grass here yesterday. I went down below it, I cut it off, and I put a clean out, a screw-in tap that goes on the top, a cap, and it goes into the clean out. And then I put the soil back down and the grass down. I will probably never need to use this clean out right here, but it's there just in case. It's an excessive piece of PVC that we really don't need. And now it's like this. And then over a short period of time, the grass will all grow in, and then I don't have to worry about putting the lawnmower around, or driving around that big pipe that was out of the ground. Now, I still have 2 more that need to be done, and that's the one in the front yard. In the front yard, my contractor never finished those either. And I have a little bit of a concern because he installed 3-inch PVC. Normally, for a clean out, for a septic tank, you normally do 4-inch. Now, I just hope, I don't know, I've never had a septic tank before. We've always hooked up to city sewer lines, and we always use 4-inch PVC. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about in the front yard, and it needs to be done, so I have to go to a building supply store probably tomorrow and try to pick up the coupler and the 3-inch cleanout cap that goes on this area right here. Now, as you see, all my builder left me was a 7-Up bottle cover. Now, as you can see, something I worked on yesterday, back here where the exhaust comes out, the exhaust pipe. Will you get down? Give me a break this morning. Where the exhaust pipe comes out of the generator room, there used to be a big pipe that came out of the ground, a 4-inch Neltex PVC pipe that stuck up out of the ground right here, and that's the clean out. That was that clean out I didn't ask for when I remember Manny, and I took you over to his house with the coconut trees and the mango trees, and we talked about some things over at his place. Well, he was also working with us. If you remember back in the episodes, he helped along with some of the drainage pipes that we did here to make sure that we don't flood out the basement. Well, for some reason, he put a clean out here where a clean out wasn't needed and wasn't asked for. And because the water that goes through this huge pipe, the pipe that goes, it's like 10-inch pipe that goes to the cistern back over there from the secret gutter system up on the roof. And it will never really get any debris. You will never need a clean out. That's pretty much pure clear water that's going to go straight to that. But he put it in, and that's okay. So what I did yesterday, I cut off that big section. It was sticking out about a foot out of the ground. I cut that off. I went way below grade. So now that I have a cap on there, a little screw-on clean-out cap connected to that PVC pipe that goes to the cistern. And it's about 6 inches under the ground, maybe 4 inches underneath the ground. And then if I ever have to access that, I can just dig up that little bit of air right there. But this is what it looks like now. And all the grass will fill in very quickly in that area. I use the same grass inside there, and the only hole in the center was the hole where the PVC pipe was. Let's go in the front yard. I want to show you, and it was part of that punch list that my builder was supposed to have completed, but just kind of dropped the ball like he did on a lot of the finishing items here around the house. And we will work on that another day. I didn't have any 3-inch PVC clean-out caps. Will you stop? Don't knock me down over this retaining wall. You knock me down into the driveway and I'll break my leg or something like that. Stop it. Hapon is really playful this morning. He's playful every day. Anyway, I have two cleanouts here in the front for that private bathroom in the basement, that very small basement, and the small private independent septic tank that's underneath the house. Now what you see here is just some piece of cement that's used just to keep it where debris doesn't get down inside the hole. And in there you can see the 3-inch Neltex PVC pipe that has no cover, it just has a piece of fabric on the top. And the other thing is a 7-Up bottle covering this 3-inch PVC. Both of those are supposed to be completed by my builder. He was supposed to cap those off with a clean out, let it go just below grade so you don't see it, and then when we need to do the cleaning of the septic tank in 10 or 15 or 20 years, whatever time, it can be done from those points right there. I don't have any 3-inch caps. Normally there would be a 4-inch. It would be a 4-inch clean out. So he used smaller pipe there. I'm really not sure why. Maybe because it was what was available. I just hope there's not going to be a problem when we have to service the septic tank, that the pipe that they use inside there, I hope it will go down to 3-inch. I think it will. So I have to go probably tomorrow, because remember today is a holiday here, and most of the building supply stores are closed. I think the only thing that's open today is the mall. So I'll go and I'll get a coupler. A coupler will connect to the top of the 3-inch PVC, and then I will take a clean out. We'll get the clean out that will fit inside the coupler as well, and we'll install those probably tomorrow maybe. Again, it's a real simple task, and I'll work on that. Good thing about it being below grade right now, I don't have to I don't think I have to do any cutout like the one that was above grade yesterday. So that's something else I did yesterday. Let's see what else I did. Oh, we'll walk upstairs. I'll show you what else I worked on yesterday. So one of the other things I worked on yesterday was the ref down here. The carpenter tried to get some of this stuff. I just did some general cleaning. I got the vacuum cleaner up here. I'm doing the final preparation for the arrival of Ness when she gets here. So I want to make sure everything's in place. And when I did this, one of the things when I'm walking around and I'm occupying this space here, I'm like, oh, I need that, normal living things. I need this and I need that. There's a lot of things that I need up here. And that's part, because it's hard to try to sit down and do a punch list of what you need. By walking around in the space and living in the space, you're like, oh, I need a towel hook, someplace to hang my towel. I don't have that yet. As a matter of fact, Ness is bringing a couple with her, so we'll be without a towel rack until probably the day after she arrives, and for robes and towels and things inside the shower as well. I need some lamps. I got to get some lamps in here. I need a chair for over here, maybe a chair over here. We need a water cooler. I didn't even think about that. Since we have the breakfast bar, and although the water is potable here, I still don't trust the water from the well system here. All the water that we use for our drinking and eating, anything unless we're boiling it, I use from the water that we get from our local water vendor downtown. So I need to probably fit maybe right in this corner right here by the television and the ref. I need a water dispenser. What I worked on, the reason we came up here, the thing I did, the ref did fit properly into the hole down here. Now, something my carpenter didn't do, he didn't secure the refrigerator door, the ref door, into the breakfast nook here. It was just, it's just sitting on the ref itself, the refrigerator itself, on the door. And sometimes when you pull the wooden cabinet door, it slides off. So what I did was I drilled some holes and I secured it. And then something else I noticed, when you pull the door in and out, sometimes the refrigerator itself shifts inside the little nook inside here, because of course it's just sitting on four little coasters that's built into the refrigerator, and it moves. So I needed to be able to secure it where it stays in the same spot all the time, because the way this is integrated in this corner right here, if it shifts one way to the other, it will bang up against the wall. So I came up with a solution. My solution was I took a really large washer, and what I did was I used a drill bit and I cut out the washer hole big enough to fit around one of the legs that's on the bottom. Then what I did, I took some wood, that composite wood, and I put it up against the back of the wall to where the back of the refrigerator is, so the refrigerator cannot shift any further back. And the one little washer in the front, I secured it with liquid nail to the tile so that the refrigerator can't move backwards or forwards or left or right. I hope it works. We're going to test it out right now because it's dried for about 12 hours, so it should be good. So let's see if it works. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Before it moved, it would move. You could feel it moving each time. It feels nice and secured. The only thing I have to do now, I don't know if you heard, along the bottom of the door right here, it just barely touches the tile when you open it up. So what I need to do is get a very small shim underneath the one leg, the little bumper underneath the corner of the ref that's sitting inside that big washer. The washer's pretty thick, so I only need maybe 1 millimeter, about 1 millimeter of shim. I'll shim it up just a little bit and it'll take care of all that. I can either do that or I can remove the entire door again, and then I can sand the bottom of the door or plane it just a little bit in this one corner right here, but I don't want to do that. I think it's easier just to put a small shim. So we're good on that one. That was the other project I worked on yesterday. I don't know what else I worked on. Let's see if I can remember all the way back to yesterday. Yes, I did do something. I don't remember the chandelier. I'm sure I brought it up in one of the episodes. But the chandelier here had a big plastic bag over it, where my electrician, he covered it. And what he did, he taped it around the chain at the top with some masking tape. And I don't know if you see from here to here, but it's a ladder just doesn't fit. I couldn't get a ladder to go up there. It was very dangerous, and I'm here by myself. So what I did, I took a piece of shoe molding and I taped my knife to it. And I spent about an hour and a half delicately trying to cut down the pieces of masking tape that was holding the plastic to the chain up there for the light system. After about an hour and a half, I finally was able to get it down. Now, a piece of plastic was covered in construction debris. Remember when they were sanding all of the ceiling material here and doing the finishing? Well, it was never taken off. It was never cleaned. So this morning, as I have to do some cleaning also. All the debris, the stuff fell down the stairs right after I cleaned the stairs. And that's something I did yesterday too. I cleaned a lot of the stairs from us walking up and down the stairs, walking to the bathroom, the comfort room up here on the second floor, doing some of the bathroom tiles and things like that. So I got a lot of that cleaned. So this whole area is cleaned. The only other area I have to clean right now, I have to get all this construction material out of the walk-in closet. That is no closet yet because we have no modules inside there, which that's another task that has to be done. I have to get that cleaned. Once I get that area cleaned, the only thing that has to be done, well, actually, we still have several outstanding items you saw on the punch list. We have to do the threshold, the granite threshold. They have to finish the finishing around the arched doorway going in here. We have to put the shells in. We have to put the doors in. We have to put this one piece of tile that they still haven't finished. And the lights. We still have to put the lights. We have to put the lights inside here. So that's, and we still have to put the glass. The glass. And we still have to put the granite molding that goes around that completes this little glass windows around here inside the shower. So as you can see, there's still several tasks that need to be completed inside that room before Ness gets here. And as you can see, I have water now to a little hose reel down here in the driveway by the garage door entrance. That's all taken care of. And there was something else I worked on down here yesterday. What was the other thing? There was one more thing. Oh, the sump. I did some more clean. There's still a little bit of water and debris in the bottom of the sump in the garage. And I will do a final clean on that. There's no real big hurry on that. And that's a nasty job. I hate nasty jobs. I kind of put those off as long as I possibly can. It should be the other way. I should get those jobs done ahead of time. But I figured this is supposed to be my relaxing time anyway. I'm not going to do any of these horrible jobs on my holiday time off. So right now, what I'm going to do is, since my gardener hasn't been here for the last 2 days for all Saints and All Souls Day, I need to take upon myself a lot of the responsibilities that he does, which is what I'm doing now, which is watering the grass blocks, the grass in the grass blocks here in the driveway all the way to the street. So I'm going to do that now, and then once I get that done, we'll see what I'll work on after that.
Well, you know what I decided to do? I decided not to do projects today. I did some general cleaning, house cleaning this morning, and I'm going to throw a steak on the grill. That's what I'm going to do for my afternoon, for my lunch, which is coming up here in just a few minutes. I cooked a little bit of baked beans here. I cooked some rice last night, and I'll use the rice and the baked beans. And I just need something like asparagus, but I don't have any asparagus. I don't have any really good vegetables. I have to pick that up the next time I go to the grocery store. I'll be cranking up the grill here in just a moment. I'm sitting here chatting with Ness. Ness just said, please don't put me on the screen. She said, please don't put me on the screen because it's bedtime. It's almost midnight there, her time. She says, don't take a picture of me laying in bed here. So, or I'm going to respect her request, and you'll hear her giggling in the background here maybe. So, let me go ahead and prepare my steak for the grill. And then I'm not really sure what we'll do for the rest of the day, but we'll come up with something. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. This afternoon, I want to have, it's probably not going to be Bahay Kubo time. It's probably going to be back on the barbecue Lanai area time kind of a chat. A lot of people have comments, especially over the last couple of episodes that I'm doing remotely because I don't have my PLDT connection. And it is about PLDT. And it's about contractual support and things like that. A really good topic of conversation that I think you'll find very interesting. So anyway, let me go ahead and get the grill started, get that steak on the Barbie, and we'll be back in just a little bit. I gotta tell you, I am really surprised. I didn't expect this today on All Souls Day. I have a LBC Balikbayan shipment that I've been waiting. It seems like forever. This was probably the longest one, but I think it has to do with holidays and everything like that. But they just showed up at the front gate right here, Little Feliz. I didn't think you guys were gonna come today. It's a holiday. It's a holiday. Oh, look at these guys. All right.
Holidays, work day.
Holidays are work day for you guys too, huh? Okay, wonderful. I will go downstairs and open the garage door, and we'll just go right inside the garage. Hey, your freight over here is great. Man, I am so glad you guys came on. I didn't think you were going to come on the holiday. I've been tracking this one. Wonderful.
Thanks.
All right, guys. You need drinks or anything? Any water or anything like that? You're good? Okay. Thanks so much. Hey, happy holidays, guys. I'm waiting for the grill to heat up a little bit before I put the steak on. You're probably wondering, why am I sticking the fork inside the steak and putting some of the seasoning like I'm doing? Well, the main reason I'm doing the fork inside there is because I'm trying to tenderize the steak. Now, in the US, you buy a ribeye or you buy a good quality cut of beef, a good quality USDA certified grain-fed cattle type of beef, you don't have to worry about it. It is going to be tender, and it's going to be twice as thick as this steak is here also. Now, I picked this up at South Supermarket, and I couldn't find any US pieces of meat there. So the closest thing I could find was Australian. I've never had Australian. Well, I have had Australian in Australia when I was working there, but I haven't had any that is exported out to the Philippines. So I decided to try it. Now, I already had I will tell you once before, a spoiler, I've already had a steak already. It came in a 2-pack. I made one last night, and it was tough. It was really tough. It was what I would expect for some of the cattle that they have in the Philippines, because a lot of the beef that you get in the Philippines, it is from cattle that aren't fed the same way we feed cattle in the U.S. Plus, some of the cattle around here, they're worked. Now, I suspect some of the reasons that some of the beef is really tougher in the Philippines is because of what they feed the cattle. I don't really know what they feed the cattle over here, but also is because of the type exercise that the cattle get over here as well. Some of the cows or the beef that you get over here are from animals that are worked. And what that does is that causes the muscles to be a little bit tougher, hence you get tougher cuts or quality of beef over here. So I'm going to take this one, I tenderize it a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of my favorite secret sauce, which is not going to be secret because I'm going to tell you. It's Knorr Original. Of course, Knorr Original isn't available in a lot of places. Well, it's not available in the U.S. anymore because I think it has MSG inside of it. And you know, MSG is a no-no for health purposes. But they do sell it over here in the Philippines, and I really like Knorr Original. So as long as you use it in moderation, and that's the key, moderation, I think it'll be okay. But the flavor is just outstanding. It's soy, a little bit of MSG, and whatever else ingredients they put inside.
done. The steak is done. Let's see if it tenderized at all. I love steak, and I believe Hop Home would probably love steak too if I gave him the opportunity. So let me go ahead and finish my lunch here, and then we'll see what will evolve for the rest of the day. I think I'm just going to take it easy here today at Feliz. Anyway, before I get too deep into this wonderful lunch here today, I have one birthday shout out to do for today. I found it on my to-do list of shout outs, and even though I don't have internet with PLDT right now, I still have a list of things that people sent to me early or before I had the outage. Now, if you sent something after I lost my PLDT connection, I have to apologize. I can't get on Facebook most of the time, and I can't even get on my YouTube channel a lot of the time. So I hope I'm able to keep up with the birthday shout-outs. But again, forgive me if I miss yours over the next few days until we get PLDT back up. Anyway, today's birthday shout-out goes to the daughter of Winky Strigan. Winky Strigan's daughter, Alyssa Bustos Aquino, who works at the Park Central Hotel in San Francisco. She is turning 24 today. So again, this is going to be probably belated because you won't see it till later on, but it is today for today here right now. So anyway, to you, Alyssa, I want to wish you a happy birthday. I got to tell you, I'm really trying to relax here today, but I just got a call from Kit Sanchez, who's our glass installer here from Centro Glass. And he said, I'm on the way. And I felt like saying, really? You're on the way? I didn't know we were scheduled for today, especially it being a holiday. So, but we still got to get it done. So I will relax after we do some of the glass install. Remember the glass install that we have to work on, and I'm kind of excited about this. And this is the glass. I hope he's bringing the glass for those small panels inside the shower window frame up on the second floor. If he's doing that and we can get that installed, that means tomorrow we can just put in, or maybe I could even do it today. I don't know. The little bit of granite that goes around that seals it on the inside. Well, we'll see if we have everything we need to install that, and then we're getting closer to closing out the bathroom, the bath on the second floor. I'm excited about this. Wow, today, LBC Balikbayan box arrival and maybe our glass enclosure. What an exciting day. One of the other things these guys are going to do today is they're going to put the strip, the waterproof strip that goes on the door for the bath on the first floor. Remember, we did half the other day, and I said, oh, let's do one strip all the way down from the top to bottom without being interrupted. So they brought the weatherproofing strip in, and they're going to install that today.
Silicone, please.
Okay, time to install the glass in the shower. We're going to put a little bit of silicone around the back side of the granite so we have something to attach the glass to. We'll put up, we'll let that seal for a while, cure, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side at another date once we just put it, maybe tomorrow, when we put the granite back on this side. We'll do the granite and the black silicone seal on the back side at the same time. Alright, time to install the glass in the granite frames.
Idikit nyo na po sa salamin. Yung pareha, yung partition. Hindi mo sa tabi. Okay na.
Okay.
What we did, we put a thin bead of black silicone to try to get a good seal against the granite. And that'll be the adhesive, and it'll be waterproofing and adhesive, and the black is the same color as the granite. Hopefully we got enough bead on there to make contact all the way around. We'll put something on the backside to support it, let it cure overnight, and then probably tomorrow we can do the backside granite and do the tile adhesive to install that for a finished look. All right, both pieces of glass are installed. They just ran out of the black silicone. I asked them to embed around the edge of the glass to the concrete, embed the black silicone all the way around to act like a shock absorber. If there's any vibration for any seismic activity or anything like that, the glass has an opportunity to move. Well, if the wall moves, the concrete, and of course things will probably have cracks or things like that. But if you have a bumper pad in the form of silicone all the way around the glass, even if there's movement inside the wall, the glass stands a better chance of surviving and not breaking. But they only brought one tube of the black silicone, and that was enough to put the seal up against the glass, the temporary glass up against the granite, and do half of the seal around it. So it wasn't enough. So I'm going to go grab a couple of tubes of black silicone, because we're also going to need it once we put the granite pieces, which are like this, the trim, and the trim is going to go back in this area like this. We're also going to need silicone on the back side as well. Again, it acts like a sealant, weatherproofing, but the main purpose is to prevent granite rock being sitting right up on the glass itself, scratching, breaking, things like that. So he said that some of the building supply stores are open downtown. I didn't think they would be, but I'm going to go down there real quick to try to get that silicone so I can get this job out of the way. Well, I made it back from Wilcon, and also I stopped by the Stone 2000 over in Festival Mall area. I got the Pebble Rock because I know the Pebble Rock that I have is not enough for what those guys are going to need to finish the task tomorrow when they come back to work. And that's the Pebble Rock ledge that's on the top of the retaining wall and on those planter boxes. So I was able to get what I needed. I got the two tubes of the black silicone to work around the glass inside the bathroom. I was going to do it today, but by the time I got back, it was really late. Plus, I kind of went on a little bit of a shopping spree while I was down at Wilcon, because I got to thinking Ness is going to be here like really soon. I think in about 13 or 14 days. And then there are things that each room needs, like little trash cans, dispensers, little household items. I got stuff for the kitchen. I got canisters to hold coffee, because remember we got the breakfast nook upstairs, and we'll be drinking coffee there in the morning before we settle downstairs. And I have nothing to put the coffee in, so I got these little really neat canisters that you put in. It has a little vacuum seal on the top. And maybe tomorrow, I don't know, maybe I will bring some of the things in and we'll do an unboxing of some of the stuff I got from Wilcon today, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see in tomorrow's episode. And I have to apologize. There was a segment I was going to do in today's episode, and it had to do about contracts and things like that. And I think it is so important. I want to push that off to another time, because a lot of you ask the same questions about commitments with your contractor, as far as contracts go, and commitments that your contractor promises you. And it's not just you and your contractor, and it's anyone that you have a contract with. And I want to be very detailed when I discuss that with you at a later date, so that you can use some of the information that I've experienced, and hopefully you don't make some of the mistakes that I've made. Even though I preach some of these techniques that you should use, sometimes you have to to get the job done. Let's put it like that. Sometimes you don't even follow your own rules, and that's kind of what happened with some of the things that we did here at Villa Feliz. But again, it's a really important topic, and I'm going to save that for a later time. Now it's late, and I started doing some editing earlier on tonight's video, and we're over the 30-minute point, quite over the 30-minute point, which is another reason why we're going to save that for another time. So I'm going to close from here in the house. It's dark. I expect Ness will be calling me at any moment now on a Skype call. So I want to get this edited. I want to get it pushed to the side. Again, I have no PLDT. This is day 7 and 8 hours. I have not had PLDT, and that was one of the things that we're going to talk about inside that type of a contract type of this talk as well. The problem I'm having with PLDT, but I don't have them, and all I have is just my smartphone, and I have a 50p data plan that gets me up to where she and I can talk on a daily basis on Skype, but it's not robust enough for me to upload my videos. Well, I think you have a video right now for today's Friday. I think you have another one for tomorrow. You will have, well, not tomorrow. You will have gotten one on Friday, and you will have one on Saturday. You'll probably get this one a little bit later. Maybe it will show up on Monday. I don't know. We'll see. It'll show up when I can find somebody that's kind enough in my subdivision to let me borrow their Wi-Fi and do some uploading. So let me close for now and get this video finished. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.